Welcome to the LadyGang Quickie. I'm your host, Keltie Knight, and I got rid of those two other ball and chains to have a special episode with the one and only Kaitlyn Bristowe. Why? Because getting three girls in a room is very difficult.
It's a lot of estrogen.
No, actually, this is interesting. We've been kind of doing this lately where we split up for our Quickie episodes, and I have something very, very special planned for you today. So first of all, Kaitlyn obviously is the better version of Keltie. For those of you who are new to LadyGang, Kaitlyn and I grew up together in Canada. Our moms were friends. We've known each other since we were basically born. And everything that I've tried to do in my life, Kaitlyn has done, but better. So she went on The Bachelor. She was charming and wonderful. Me, got kicked off on night one, or night two. She went on to become the Bachelorette, fall in love, be on the cover of Us Weekly and People magazine, steal the hearts of America. Then she went on to Dancing with the Stars, where she not only went on Dancing with the Stars, she won the frickin' mirror ball. And then she went on Broadway. So all of those things were on my checklist, and she has completely crushed, and it's very, very strange because I am a jealous bitch and I'm jealous of everyone. Like there's other podcasters that are like announcing their deals and stuff, and I was like, so angry. I never get jealous of you. I am so happy for you every time. It's actually annoying. I'm like, why don't I have feelings?
I feel like I feel that from you. I always feel supported and like you genuinely cheer me on.
Like if we were up for the same job and you got it, I would literally be happy for you. Everyone else I'd try to ruin their life. Well, we would never be up for the same jobs because I'm an elder and you're cool. You would you're actually offer only, and I would be auditioning like Ariana Grande in Wicked when she was already in rehearsals and people were submitting tapes to be Glinda. You know what I mean? Like you're the Ariana. Anyway. Okay.
What an intro.
Yes. Okay. So my surprise for you is that I decided I have a special guest. It's Sheila.
I know.
And I'm going to call her, and
Sheila!
I wanted to get her opinion on us as children.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
She's in the truck going home from Safeway.
Oh my, Sheila.
See if she answers.
Hello.
Hi, Mom. Are you coming home from Safeway?
No, I'm in the truck.
Oh, okay. I'm here with Kaitlyn.
Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Katie. How are you, hon?
I'm so good. How are you?
So we are podcasting today, and we need a great Kaitlyn story.
That's good.
Okay. Well, your mom, Katie, is probably one of the most beautiful women on the planet, and always has been. And so you were always perfect. She's a Virgo. We share a birthday, as you know.
Yeah.
And Virgos are perfectionists, but your mom took it to the whole next level. And I'm telling you, you never wore a frickin' hair ribbon that wasn't ironed twice before it went into your hair.
That is so true.
You were patient because you had your mother's beautiful head of hair, and you would sit because it was never just put in a headband like poor Keltie.
Oh no,
there was braided, or it was fluffed, or it was side-tailed, or I think she had you sleeping in rags in your hair or something. I mean, it was always just gorgeous. But there was this one particular time. Do you guys remember when Al Gilbert was in town and you all did that fashion show?
Yep.
I remember this.
I do.
Yeah. And so there were all of the kids, Catherine, Jordy, Matt, Keltie, Haley, and Kaitlyn. And so you were all dressed up and you did your thing at the fashion show. And Grandma Hayes was there. And we were going to go out, all of the parents. We were just going to go out and have a big celebration. And Grandma Hayes was going to look after all of you kids. But, oh, no, Katie was not having any of that. And I mean, you knew Grandma Hayes so well. We were not sending you home with a stranger that you've never seen before.
I was so dramatic.
But, oh, my God, Katie is not going. She is hiding behind her mother. She is pretending that she's never seen Grandma Hayes before in her life, that she's some sort of a stranger going to mug her. And so, I can't even remember, actually, because I can remember you being so uncooperative.
That sounds about right.
I can't remember if we ended up going out or if, but I can just remember Grandma Hayes just saying, "Oh, for God's sake, Kaitlyn, this is ridiculous."
Why do I remember this? Was I wearing a red jumpsuit?
I have the picture of us. I was wearing a schoolgirl uniform, which, like, Mom.
Yes, I know. You had a little skirt, tartan skirty school form thing on. But honestly, I mean, Katie was always pristinely turned out. And I know you went to gymnastics and you did all this stuff. I never saw you roll around on the floor. You couldn't roll around in what your mother put you in. But we were so happy, Keltie, when Katie grew out of and Haley grew out of their beautiful clothes.
Yes. Oh my God. I would get the garbage bags of your hand-me-downs. And I was like, look at this lace fabulous thing. It would come from Haley.
Oh my God.
I know. Although, Keltie, you did love to be in a pair of sweatpants. I got to tell you that. And you were not one to sit and have your hair done either.
No.
You were because you didn't inherit a head of hair that was to die for.
No, and this just goes along with what I was saying earlier in this episode, which is Kaitlyn just copied everything I did, but then done it better. So now when I'm a sloth and in my sweatpants, Kaitlyn is like, I'm just gross in my sweatpants, but she's like in a cute matching crop sweatpant in her Bronco in Nashville, looking like cute in her little hat. Like, God damn it. Okay, well, Mom, drive safe.
Wait, I love you, Sheila.
Love you. Talk to you soon.
Bye, Mom. See you this weekend.
Wait, just hearing her voice made me like want to cry because it was like, it just took me back to like my childhood.
Isn't that so crazy?
But this is why I have issues. I had to be perfect all the time.
No, but isn't that crazy hearing her talk about it? Because you're like, I know you've talked about this before.
Yes, the hair always had to be braided or in regs, and then the ends had to be in curlers so that it wasn't just nasty straight ends. It had to be curled at the end. The ribbon did have to be ironed twice. The dress had to match. My sister had to match. And I would have epic meltdowns. And it wasn't about going with Grandma Hayes. I was probably like, I just want to be me.
Yeah, totally. And then you revolt. Like, at what point did your mom give up on you? Like, you kind of had to move away, right?
She honestly gave up probably, I would say in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, I was like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Right.
And then I had psycho issues in the 7th grade. From the 7th grade to the 9th grade, I was the most insecure.
Because you didn't know who you were without the hair ribbons.
I didn't know who I was without the double iron hair ribbons. Mm-hmm. And I dressed myself and I was kind of emo. Like, what I really wanted was green hair.
Right.
I wanted a nose piercing that went to my ear.
Right.
And I didn't want people to look at me. I wouldn't even go to the vending machine because I thought people were staring at me. I wouldn't eat my lunch because I was too embarrassed. So I would have like, what is that called? Anemic reactions in school where my mom would have to be like, she needs to eat chocolate during this because I wouldn't eat lunch in front of people. Like, and then in grade 10, I was like, actually, I'm the shit. I went through so many phases.
Yeah. No, it's
wild.
It's actually crazy and it's so strange. And that's why, like, we were talking on your episode, I was just recently on Off the Vine and like talking about watching your parents and like giving them grace.
Yeah.
Of like, if your mom, she was just doing exactly what she thought she was supposed to do. And that perfection, by the way, that perfection was handed down by her family. And she was the exact same way. She was like the most perfect prom queen of all time.
Yes.
So it's like, she was just doing what she thought society wanted you to do with the matching dresses and the bows and all this stuff. But if she had any idea that it was going to make you feel the way it made you feel.
It haunts her now.
Right. She would have been like, get dirty, girl. Go lay on the floor,
It's so funny because I've actually seen such a change in her over like appearance or needing perfection or anything. She is so different now where she just like owns her own. Like, I thought she'd be getting blefs right, left and center, like facelifts, and nope, she's just like taking care of herself.
Yeah.
She's like owning who she is. And it's just so interesting to see because her dad, my grandpa, was the like textbook of a stage mom.
Oh, wow.
My grandpa.
Whoa.
Oh, like, you're on, kid, put tap shoes on, make her dance at the parties for the family. Her hair had to be perfect. She was the only girl of the family. The boys were all athletes. She was like the performer. It was, it all makes sense.
It all makes sense. All right. I'm glad you brought this up. I need to talk about the eyelids.
Oh, yeah, bluff. I'll talk about it all day long.
Are you happy?
So happy. It was honestly like, I always get confused on how to approach this conversation because I never want people to feel like, oh God, I didn't know I had a hooded eye and now I'm insecure about it and now I need the surgery. I'm
trying to look at like,
God,
your eyes are closed in this picture.
What's with this,
I love that picture.
But why does my skin look like a reptile?
It's because it's perfect. You're perfect.
The hooded eye actually wasn't even that bad, but you know what it is? I grew up feeling like I had a lazy eye.
Okay.
And it's because this one eye was smaller and more hooded than the other.
Oh.
And I wouldn't hand out school pictures from it. And again, mom being a perfectionist, I turned into a perfectionist. When like you're not feeling in control, you focus on what you can control. I would focus on symmetry. Mm-hmm. And so I was always so insecure about this one eye. So then like now down the road, I was like, well, I'm just going to get the bluff because it will fix that one hooded eye. And I'm so happy I did it because I love it.
Well, here's an interesting question. Here's my thought is that like you went on Bachelor, it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We all don't have the same face as 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. The medical spa has changed the world. Whether it was filler or Botox or just getting older, gaining, losing weight, the
understanding
lasers,
contouring.
Having a better glam team. Like I look completely,
people think I got a nose job. I didn't.
Right. And so there's a lot of things that go into play. And you look at a ton of times on celebrities, they're like now and then. And sometimes, yes, it is a plastic surgery thing. A lot of times it's like you have a better spray tan, you have a better glam team. You know what works on you. Yeah. Like I've lived it firsthand, so I understand that. But you have gotten eviscerated on the internet over your looks. And people were always like, oh my God, I don't even recognize her anymore. She got so much plastic surgery. But at that time, you hadn't had so much plastic surgery. You had maybe some filler, like we all, there was an era where we all dabbled in our lip, maybe a little too lippy. And then we pulled it back and that's fine. That's a lesson. That's our cross to bear.
Yeah.
But like, you had not done it. Right. So then when you go and do these eyes, I was very surprised that you were so public about it because I was like, well, wait, they're going to just come for you.
Well, they're going to come for me regardless.
But I don't think anyone would have noticed.
Oh, well, I'm just...
Like you could have done it and just been like, I'm getting more sleep, I'm drinking water. Like this was not...
I don't like lying.
Yeah.
I like being transparent. I feel like I've always been that way, so why not share it? And I feel like I was actually shocked with the support I was getting.
Well, do you think it's because like back then people probably wanted you to be like, yeah, I did get a new face. But like the fact that you were owning it and being like, when I do get shit done, I'm going to let you know. Do you think that changed the...
Yes. It's like, what is the example I was going to think of? I lost it.
Okay, cool. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. No, but people have been so supportive.
So supportive. I do think it's from being open about doing it because it's just one of those things where there's so many people that have done things and they don't talk about it. And then that gives people such an opportunity to just like harp on them.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like being in on the joke where I'm like, get a load of the bluff. Like, it doesn't bother me because then people are like, oh, I'm genuinely interested. Whoa, they look great. I was shocked by the support.
Did it hurt? Like, what was the actual healing? How long do I need to do my bleb? I don't need to do mine because I have a butthole eye. It's like small. It's staying this small forever. But 24 hours? But then you got scraped.
You have the eye that I got surgery to get.
A butthole eye is what you wanted?
Yeah, I wanted.
You asked for a.
I went in. I said, "Give me the Pete Davidson." No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. No, that's what I have. The butthole eye is a small brown eye that like sits very deep.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's chic.
Okay.
I went in, and from the moment I got into the room that they do the surgery to getting out was probably 15 minutes. There was zero pain on a scale of 1 to 10, 0.
Okay.
They were a little itchy, and the only thing that hurt was when my dog swiped it, and I was literally like Rocky. Like I was like, well, it was like hanging, and it was disgusting.
You had to fix it.
And I had to just like lube it up because it was, This is so funny. I can't believe I'm going to share this, but I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoked for 8 years when I was younger, like back in Leduc, Alberta. Like
There's nothing else to do.
Smoked a pack of Cools, like menthols
Not
with
a
a K.
Kool,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I never touched a cigarette. Couldn't even stand the smell of it. And then I went to Europe. And I was like, I think I could smoke like a chic little like menthol in Europe. And I
Like
decided,
Dorit, or you don't watch Housewives, but there's
No.
like a very famous scene where she's like driving down Mulholland after her divorce gets announced, and she's just like,
obsessed.
Okay.
And I just was like, maybe European Kaitlyn would have like a
Yeah.
little slim.
Uh-huh.
And then I got home and I started smoking menthols. And I was like, what am I doing? And I was having a glass of wine, sitting on my floor with my balcony doors open,
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette.
that's when the dog?
No, this is after.
Oh.
My eye popped like
Yeah.
bloody and open,
Yeah.
wounded, and on the FaceTime with like a doctor who was at a Christmas party.
No.
And it was just like the funniest sight. I was like, what do I do? And she was like,
Stop
"Oh my
smoking,
God."
first of
Yeah.
all.
She was like, oh my God, are you okay? And I'm like, mentally or physically? I don't know. But she was like, just lube it up and come see me in the morning. So I had to get it restitched. But that was the only downfall of it. It's a very quick, it was $3,400.
Oh.
It was amazing. I mean, I don't mind the look of a hooded eye on other people. It was just something that I was
Right.
personally insecure about.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. My last thing is you are coming to LadyWorld, our festival, and you are performing. You're doing a sip and sing sponsored by your wine company, Spade and Sparrows.
Yes.
On the big beach bonfire. Like, I'm so freaking excited about this. But then when we announced that Spade and Sparrows is going to be the official wine of LadyWorld, I realized that I actually don't know anything about wine. Like,
Really?
nothing. Like, I drink it, but I'm just like white, rosé, or red. I know
Oh.
I don't like red. I have veneers. I would never do that to my veneers. I paid way too much money for these to have like a
Oh.
red because I think it stains. But
Yeah.
anyway, but like, okay, so can you just walk me through
Yes.
the Spade and Sparrows wines and
Yes.
what? And there's also something special about your wine that like it has less sugar or something.
Yes.
Can you discuss this with us? Because I
would love to.
actually don't understand.
Oh my God, I would
And then
love
they're
to.
like, do you want a Cabernet or a Sauvignon? And I was like, I don't know what that is.
Well, it's Cabernet Sauvignon. It's the same thing.
Okay, cool.
Wait, I love that you don't know anything
I
about
know
wine.
nothing.
I don't know why I thought you would. Well, I always worked with a sommelier in the restaurant industry, so I like learned a lot about wine. And then when I got my own wine label, I was like, I want to be so knowledgeable about each varietal that I have, and I am. I love it so much. So I have a Cab, a Pinot Noir, a Rosé, and a Pinot Grigio. So a Pinot Noir is a lighter red. A Cab is a very heavy. Well, it doesn't have to be heavy. Mine's actually quite medium bodied.
Okay.
But my Cab has notes of like vanilla, chocolate, cherry. It's so good. It's literally one of the most drinkable Cabs I've ever had. And I'm not just saying that because it's mine. Like, it is so approachable. I don't care if you're a wine snob or if you've never had a glass in your life, you're going to love the Cab.
Cab is short for what?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, I thought that was white. Okay, great.
Sauvignon Blanc is white.
Oh, okay. Cabernet Sauvignon is red.
Yes.
Then,
Then the Pinot Noir is the lighter
which sounds
one.
sexy.
What? The
Just the
Pinot
word,
Noir?
yeah.
Oh, well, it is for more of a refined palate, I find.
Oh, do you have one?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's more like it's just a lighter body and also kind of got a hint of vanilla in it. But it's just so Oregon Pinots are usually smokier. They are more earthy, but mine's a California Pinot, so it's more fruit forward and it's actually really smooth and delicious.
Okay.
Again, both varietals low sugar. My rosé is literally the best rosé I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
It's got watermelon, rose petal. It's like really so people who like fruity wines
Yeah.
or more fruit forward wines like it, but people who like dry wines also love it because it's just got more of a fruit finish.
Okay.
It's literally the best, most easy drinking. My sommelier that works with Spade and Sparrows calls it a porch pounder. You just sit on your porch and pound it.
Oh, porch pounder.
Yes.
I love it. Okay.
Then my Pinot Grigio is more of like a citrus white.
And that's the white.
Yes.
Okay.
It's light, it's crisp, it's got like, citrus and apple. And again, it's just, I wanted to make sure that each varietal was just the most easy drinking wine that you could possibly have while being low sugar. Because I know Cameron Diaz has her wine and it's delicious. It's not as delicious as Spade and Sparrows because it's like a healthier version.
Yeah.
If you're going to drink the wine, go low sugar and get the good stuff.
Right, right.
You know, treat yourself.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of these wines because I work with the winemaker over at our production facility, and I could say anything. I could be like, I want it to taste the same, but I want it to be a lighter color. I want it to be this color. I want it to be a little more fruit forward on this one. And he could just do it. Anything. It's amazing.
How has it been like running a business? So hard, right?
Well, thank God for a team.
Yeah.
But times are tough in the alcohol business because whether it's beer, wine, hard alcohol, wine sales, every alcohol sales are down. And companies and like Target is just sitting on shit tons of inventory. And so Snoop Dogg's going out there to just sell his wine for $2 to get rid of it. And I can't compete with that.
Right.
So people are not taking, I was on such a good run with Target and we were going to go national. And then I don't know, is it the economy? People, all these fucking TikTokers that are all these professionals being like, it's going to kill you. And I'm like, so is broccoli at this point.
Right.
Like there's stuff spraying on broccoli that's also going to kill you. It's moderation. I never want to push wine down people's throats if you're like, have a problem.
Right.
But like if you enjoy wine, I'm just like, I don't like when people on TikTok are professionals and try and like start a trend.
Yeah. Well, I also think one of the most important things we can do in the world right now is like literally support the brands that support us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, if you like, I feel very helpless right now in the world.
Yeah.
And so I'm just being very particular about where I spend my money, whether it's where I buy my books from like an indie store or like, you know, because you're busy and you run in and you run at a Costco or you run in whatever and you're like, oh, let me just Amazon, you're like, I need some white wine. Let me just pull this one because it's cheaper, whatever. But knowing that there's like a real human woman behind the brand.
I love intentional shopping.
Yeah. I think that's the way to like starve off the scaries of 2025 a little bit.
I agree. It's so interesting because back in 2015 when I came off The Bachelorette, everyone was like, get a job. And they'd be so mad if I had an Instagram ad. But now it's like people want to support and they're like, oh, this is the way of the world now. And it's just so different and it's cool to see. So please drink wine.
I'm very excited for you. And we have a code LadyGang for 20% off Spade and Sparrows. And you can go and you have a wine club and all of that, which is
My wine club's so fun.
It's so cute. And we'll see you at LadyWorld. And I'm so glad you got to talk to Sheila. Perfection
Bless
is
Sheila.
not worth it. And thank you for joining us on this quickie. We'll see. Weren't here for a long time. I was here for a good time by myself with Kaitlyn. Bye.
Bye.